Hello, this is Mr. Steigerwald, and here are the notes for Lesson 1-1, Points, Lines, and Planes. The objectives to this section is to identify and model points, lines, and planes, and to identify intersecting lines and planes. Now for the vocabulary. Undefined term can only be explained using examples and descriptions. Go ahead and write undefined term. I'll make a beeping noise. If you need more time, please hit pause. Beep. Next term, point. It's a location that has neither shape nor size. Now, point and the other two terms are going to be undefined terms. The example that you're going to put in your notes will be this. Let's call that A. This will be point A. The notation of this will just be capital letter A. A point will always be capitalized. Beep. Line. Made up of points and has no thickness or width. An example of this that you'll put in your notes. Here's your line. You'll have arrows at the end because it'll extend forever. Let's put a capital S and capital T to represent those points. You need at least two, if not more, points to represent a line. And it could also be denoted by a lowercase cursive letter. In this case, cursive L. The notation of this will be ST. It almost looks, well, it's a line on top of ST, but do not include the points. You can write the T first if you want to, because the order does not matter, or you can shorten it and just put the cursive L. Beep. The next term is plane. A flat surface made up of points that extends indefinitely in all directions. Example of this. Now that shape right there, your parallelogram, that's going to represent our plane. And we'll put points inside this. You need at least 3, if not more, to represent a plane. So let's use X, Y, and let's use Z. 3 points. Or you can represent it with a capital cursive letter. In this case, capital cursive R. The notation of this will be writing the 3 letters. It does not matter what. Well, let me erase that Y there. Let's make a better capital Y. There we go. Does not matter which order you put these 3 letters. I like to go in alphabetical order. You could always change it up and you could put Y, X, Z. That is fine. Or you could put Z, Y, X. Or Z, X, Y. Again, the order does not matter, and you need 3 letters to represent that plane. When you write it down, only use 3 letters. We can also represent this plane by a capital cursive R. Beep. Collinear. Points that lie on the same line. Example of this. I tell you what, on this line right here, let me put 4 letters right here. All 4 letters are collinear. If I put a B off to the side here, that would not be collinear. B is not collinear with any other point because it is not on the same line. Beep. Coplanar. Points that lie on the same plane. Example of this would be as follows. Again, to represent a plane, we draw this parallelogram and we put points inside it. Last time I used X, Y, and Z. Let's use C, F, M. Again, you need at least 3, if not more, points to represent a plane. Last time I only used 3. This time, let me put a couple more. Let's put a little N there, and a J, and a capital letter Y. All these points are coplanar. They exist. They lie in the same plane. This point right here, and let's call it A. A would not be coplanar with the rest of the points. Beep. Intersection. The set of points that 2 or more geometric figures have in common. We could intersect planes. We could intersect lines. Let me write an example here. Let's call this line M, and let's call this line N. Let's put a point here. Let's call this F, and we could have put a B up here, and let's put an A down here. All right. The intersection of these two lines will be point F, and the answer that you would write down would just be that point F. Again, capitalize it. You do not need to put a point right in front of it. Definition/defined term can be explained using undefined terms and/or other defined terms. Beep. Space, a boundless three-dimensional set of all points. This concludes the notes, the vocabulary for section 1.1.